Okay, welcome to this video. This video is going to be about Socrative. The goal of it will be to show you some online assessment options for remote learning. So Socrative is one of those methods. You want to make sure you get to the teacher login. So if I was going to get to this page, I would just do a Google search for Socrative teacher login. When you get to that, you can create your account. Your account is going to save all the quizzes and the results from those quizzes. There are two options. There's a free and a paid account. I would, recommend the free account because it's free. The paid account does have some nice features to it. So if you try the free one and decide, this is something I could see myself using even after remote learning's over, then maybe, the paid account is something you'd be interested in. So once you have a account, you can run quizzes. To run a quiz, you have to make a quiz, right? So I've made this kinetic energy quiz that I'm going to demo, and then I'll show you how to make a quiz. So let me go to launch. We're going to do an assessment. We're going to launch a quiz. I'm going to launch my kinetic energy quiz. You've got three choices here. So instant feedback means that the students are going to go in one single direction. They answer number one. When they finish, they go to number two. When they finish, they go to number three. There is no moving back. So once you've done question 2 and moved on to 3, you can't go back to it. One problem with this is the feedback. If this is being done digitally and question feedback is on, it will tell them question 2 was either right or wrong. And so that information could be used, to tell somebody else. And so better than, giving them the option to do that, it's easier just to turn it off. Open navigation allows them to go forward and backwards. And so meaning once you answer 2 and move on to 3, you can move back to question 2 or back to question 1 even, and change your answer to it. So I like open feedback the best. Teacher paste is you as the teacher control when they move to the next question. So that one can be tricky too, but I could see it working in certain situations. For additional security, you can shuffle the questions, you can shuffle the answers. It's probably nice to give them some feedback at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and start it. When I start it, I'm here. I only have one question on this quiz because I wanted to leave room to show you how to make them. On the student view, right, they need a room name to get to you. It doesn't save anything from the students, so they don't need to make an account. Your room code is at the top here. So this block of letters is my room code. All I need to do is have that somewhere where they can get it. I'm going to paste it in here, join as a student. Okay, and then it'll prompt me for my name. So this part for Socrative can be tricky. The students really need to enter their actual name. It accepts anything, so there's no rosters or anything like that. You can type whatever you want in here. If you're doing this as an assessment without the name, it's really hard to assign who the grade goes to. So we'll go with this one as Bond James. Done. And it gives them the question. So here's the question that we put in. Kinetic energy increases on which of the following? I'm going to purposely pick the wrong answer so you can see what it looks like in terms of the feedback. So I hit finish. So it doesn't give me any feedback when I finish the question. It asks me if I want to submit. When I'm submit and finish with the quiz, now it'll tell me how I did. I missed it. I got 0%. It's too bad. And now I just sit here and wait for the next one, or, your class is over and they kind of move on. So if I switch back over to the teacher view, you can see I can keep track of the students as they're answering them, and it shows me what they got right or wrong. So poor James missed that question. I'm going to end this quiz and show you how to make your own. So when you make your own, you go to the quizzes tab up here. From the quizzes tab up here, you can hit add a quiz. It'll ask you what you want. Create a new one is usually the way to go. What do you want to call your quiz? Let's call this energy quiz. So you've got question types, multiple choice, true, false, short answer questions. The multiple choice and true, false, Socrative will grade for you on the fly because you can enter the right answers to it. Short answer, it'll record what they wrote, and then it's up to you to assign points to it after the fact. So you can type your question in here, which of the following has the most energy? Let's say a 1.2 kilogram bird on a branch that is 10.0 meters high, a 12 kilogram bowling ball on a shelf that is 1.5 meters high, and so on and so forth. Right? I'm not going to type out a million things for this. So you pick which answer you want to have right over here on the side. If you select both of them, it's going to require both of those selections. It's not an either or, it's an all of the following. So I have the right one selected. Once I have the right one selected, I can hit save and it will save it. To add more questions, you just keep going down. Some other things you can do is you can put formatting on, right? So this allows you to bold and underline. So if I was doing anything with subscripts or superscripts, I would write kinetic energy is equal to half the mass times what? And we could write down here speed or speed doubled. Actually, let's write this like it's math, speed times 2. Or we could write this as speed, and the answer is speed squared. Right, so speed squared. And so I then hit save, and it gives me my superscript. You can also add pictures to the front, right? So if I had a file I wanted to put there, maybe Episcopal E, right? And it'll put that on the question. Greatest school ever? Yes. And hit save. Oh, I need 2 choices, so let's make the other one yes. And they're both correct. Other types of questions you can do, you can have true-false questions. True-false, you can add an explanation to it. So a true-false question might be, the Earth is flat, which is false. And we could say, the Earth is actually a sphere. And save. And then a short answer question would look like this. You can add correct answers to it, and it'll try to correct them. They have to type it word for word, right? So if I say the answer is 1.0, and I put 1.0 as the right answer, it'll allow me to add more and more options, like different phrasings or different numbers of significant digits to it. If they type anything but 1.0, like they just type the number 1 or 1 with just a decimal, they're going to get it wrong. So just be careful with short answers. It's probably easiest to not have a correct answer and grade it yourself. So there's our quiz right there, just so you can kind of see the end result of it, of the student taking it. Let me start up the energy quiz. I'll put it as instant feedback and leave show feedback on so you can see what it looks like. We want to show the final score. The other ones don't really matter for this video. So here's the energy quiz. Let me go back over to James Bond and see if we can get a new quiz for him. That forced me to reload the page. It doesn't want to find it. Okay, I had to log out for James Bond and log back in. That's why it's asking me for his name again. Let me type it in. And so here we go, question. So we've got 2 different things here. We picked the right answer, and it tells me that I was correct. Click OK. So there's no option for me to go back. This is the instant feedback version. If I pick the wrong answer, it tells me it's incorrect, and so on and so forth. Remember, this was the one we made as a double. So I could choose just one of the yeses here, but because both of those were the ones that we put in as the correct answer, I have to select both of them. So I hit submit. The Earth is flat. It's false. Tells me my explanation there. And the answer here is 1.0. So remember, if I put just the number 1 in, it's going to tell me it's incorrect. And the only accepted answer was 1.0. So it's important to be careful with the optional ones. Gives me my overall percentage, click OK, and I just kind of sit here and wait. If I go back to the teacher's view, right, so now it's going all the way across and showing me all the results. Once you've done a quiz, I can hit finish and hit yes, I'm sure I'd like to finish. Not sure why it makes me log back in. Yes, I would like to finish. When you do finish, it allows you, let me turn those back on, it allows you to get reports for it. So this is the way you could export and save all of these results to enter into the gradebook later. So that way you don't have to do it all on the fly. So we can get the whole class Excel. We can email it to us. We can download it. We can save us. So we hit download. Right, it's going to download the results for me, and I just pick where I want it. And so that is going to conclude this Socrative tutorial. I hope it was helpful, and I hope you learned a good bit about Socrative with this. If you're comfortable using it as a possible assessment tool, if you're still not sure how to use it or you have questions, feel free to email me at wandeld@esj.org. Otherwise, thanks for watching.